So I am the light of the Leo. So happy to have you. just trying to make sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
for y'all.
Right.
Uh,
Yes. It's all
I
for
am
y'all.
yes. I am here with my wonderful brother Jojo Speaks. We are doing our spoilery review of The Glory, Netflix The Glory. We're on episode 10. We are finally in the latter parts of this series. I'm excited because this revenge that's being doled out, it took a minute to get there.
But it's coming to and together. Okay.
As one, as it should.
Honey.
Um, to be waiting for 18 years to make something pop off for these
Her
people that done
patience
did you
is
wrong.
her patience is just on another level because us black folk, we like to get things done and get them done real quick, like right then and there, like a pow pow pow.
And
Okay.
I was thinking about this. I'm going to hurry up and say this because you got to do this under. I'm trying to do this under an hour. Anyway,
Mhm.
but I was thinking like when you first saw this, when you first saw the indiscretion in like verses, episode 1 and 2, I know
Mhm.
you were like they all got to die. They got to die.
Exactly. My voice messages to you were I am convinced 100% that these people will be 6 feet under by episode 15, maybe even 16. Okay,
And it's like we
six
had to keep
feet
on
deep.
we had to keep on remembering it's like it's there's so much more to it because there's 16 whole episodes. It's like they just ain't gonna die. We gotta we
And
gotta
that's what I kept on thinking, like, why is this thing 16 episodes? Like, why? But once we got to around episode 7 or 8, I was starting to come to the realization, like, oh, okay, this
okay.
is slow and methodical and very, very intricate. And she got to get things done the perfect way. It has to be
In the best
perfect.
way. And she wants to fulfill her promise that she did in that gym.
Hmm.
I'm going to destroy you.
Yes. Let's do it, girl.
All of
Let's
your
get into it.
dreams, they shall be destroyed. Mhm.
Yes. With a smile.
So join us. Go. Okay, so Do Young, this Do Young is the husband of Young Jin. He walks up into Siesta. Siesta is the store that Jaejoon owns, and that Young Jin and Jaejoon been hot relating to each other in in the dressing room. Can you believe that that's the dressing room
The
back there?
dressing room, okay, where she was previously riding, okay, her side piece. But move forward.
Okay, so he goes in there. The girl, the little attendant, the young attendant there, she was, the basically the next Dungoon. She was the
Hmm.
one that got, all burned up, and she just ended up being the next person to be their flunky, and she remained their flunky, sadly enough. But anywho, um, when Do Young came in there. She was like, hello, Miss Youngjin. She ain't got no fitness today. Why you here?
Right.
And she's like, here is the dressing room. He said got a shirt on, got a shirt. Like, okay, well, take me to the dressing room. Okay, and she was like, okay, it's back here. Here you go, like this. And then
Right this way, sir.
right this way,
Okay.
sir. And she left him to his own devices, and he was like looking around the room. Saw the couches, saw the tea, the liquor. It's like, and I had to really think about it myself. I'm like, this show is a lot going on over here for it to just to be a
For a
dressing
fitting
room,
room.
a
For
fitting
a
room.
fitting room. Looks
But
very
okay,
living room space, very comfortable where you
real
can
comfortable.
relax and take a
Okay,
load off, honey.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
And get off.
Okay, honey. Child.
So,
Ooh, I was about to say something real nasty. Go ahead.
okay,
Go.
so Do Young thinks back to like like maybe a month before or a few
I wonder how
episodes.
many times Young Jin got her good up in that
Okay.
thing. Okay, child, many times.
Young Jin was like, she want to have it do it in a small space where anybody can just pop up. You know what I'm saying? And he looking around is like, so this is where you were doing it. And he said, "You always mean what you say." Detective Do Young is putting it together.
Okay.
Okay? And he don't want none of y'all help. Let me figure this thing out for myself.
Yeah, he's
Okay?
very independent. He doesn't really ask
And
for
ain't
help
that
until
something?
it is. It
For
is.
him to be this high up, really the only person that he's had anything to do for stuff for him is later on, which is his lawyer. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
it. While Young Jin got a whole corrupt police chief child. Anyway, um Young Jin said, I expected much worse from your neighbors because they say you get beat up all the time. Oh, this is when Young Jin knocks at mm, she knocks at Hyung Nam's window, her car window, and she finally meets
The
Young Jin,
private eye.
the private eye,
Okay.
our investigator, our secret agent woman.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's our secret
okay.
agent. Come on, backyardigans. Yes.
So, Jen, she looked at her like, yeah, I expected much worse. Your neighbors said you really get beat up a whole lot. Okay. And what were you thinking in this time, Jonathan? Like when Young Jin knocked at that door.
I was like, dang. Like,
Yeah.
is our girl going to know how to conduct herself in this manner? Is she? Well, because I didn't know what she knew at this moment, so I
Leave
was
your thought process, leave that thought process out. Go
yes,
from what you don't know.
right. From this point, I was so nervous for her because I know she's good at what she does. I know she's really good at doing the job that Moon Dong-un wants her to do, and this seems to be coming out of nowhere. It's like, how is she going to react to this? Is she going to know what to say? Is she going to know? Is she prepared? That's my thought. Is she
Because Young Jin is
prepared?
so much.
Right, and she's a lot. Young Jin is a whole lot, and a bag of Cool Ranch Dorito chips. Like she's a
No,
whole lot.
Takis.
No, she's a bag of Funyuns. She's a bag of
Mm,
Funyuns.
hot Funyuns.
She's hot Funyuns. She's a whole lot. So I'm so worried for our girl, for my favorite. For my favorite. I'm so worried for her. I'm so worried for her.
So we had the flashback on how Young Jin found out who she was and where she'd be and all that good stuff. Of course, when they dug into Donggun's information, found out that she had the registration to two vehicles. We know
Mhm.
she drives this one vehicle, but there's another vehicle, and we're trying to figure out who's doing it. And she said, "Well, have somebody to follow me." Because I think, and she was like, "There's no way she's taking all these pictures by herself. Somebody's
Right.
helping her."
Yes.
And
She's not that smart.
yeah,
She ain't got it all up here. She's still underestimating Moon Dong Un right now. She's still
absolutely.
underestimating her.
And she said, you follow me to see if anybody else be following me, and we'll figure out what's going on. And come to find out, that is, they found out who was following her, which was Hyung Nam, and then they also found out that the man, the one person, the one picture
That didn't
that
fit with the rest.
didn't fit with the rest was Hyun Nam's husband's.
Okay.
So, yeah. She goes through the process of being, of course, really mean, as per usual. She
That's what
tries to
she do.
downgrade her. That's what she does. She knows that very well. She got it from her mama. And then Yeonjin threatens Sona, and she hits Hyungnam with her purse and everything upside her head. And I was like, "You're doing too much, Yeonjin. You make your point. Why are we doing all this? This is why people want to kill you."
Right.
I digress. Hyungnam has Yeonjin. Sorry, Yeonjin wanted to make sure that Hyungnam has her phone because now you're going to work for me. Okay. And she says, I will make sure to go ahead and kill your husband faster than she can, because I'm pretty sure that's why you're with her, right? You want her to kill your husband? I
After
can do
she
it
hit
faster.
her with the purse, I can help you out. After I slapped you with my like, girl, like how am I supposed to react to you after slapping me and then saying you want to help me out and trying to convince me to help you, girl?
And
But
telling me the
okay,
school that my sweet daughter Sona goes to and everything, trying to threaten me with.
you
And
want
she
to
was like, "Oh,
threaten
so you could
me?
take pictures of my daughter, but I can't take shots at your daughter?" I mean, I kind of get that, but no, not him now.
No, not today, Satan.
Not our girl, Satan. Not our
Okay,
girl.
we
Whew,
ride for
yeah.
him now. Okay.
Okay, that's our girl, man. So Hyunjin went through the process of calling Hyungnam, and she already had her number. You want to know how she got her phone out her purse?
How?
She took Hyungnam's phone and shook it over the asphalt as everything fell out onto the ground.
Took her purse. Yeah.
Yeah, sprinkled like salt on somebody else's food. And I'm sure, thank God she had a Samsung because her phone was not destroyed in the process.
Would you say she shook it like Rasputia shook that salt over that
That's,
pizza?
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
Just like that. Getting all. That's how she did it.
Okay. Real
And
vigorous, like.
real vigorous. And when she called Young Nam, it did show that her number was saved. Her phone number didn't just pop up. No, her number was saved and had a name towards it. You want to know what the name was?
What was the name, girl?
B word, who will end up in a ditch.
Now is that girl, okay? Yes. We ride for her. Yes. We stand for her now. Okay?
Yes, we stand for her. We love her dearly. Thank you.
Yes.
She said. Young Jin was like, "I will kill your husband faster than Dungon. Just work for me." So we move on. That moment was just too much. I personally was just really nervous. I just didn't want anything happening to our good friend, and they got it, man. I said,
I'll ride or die. Yeah.
So Dungon, she came to the spot, to meet Hyungnam, and of course she was not there, and also she has not been able to get in touch with Hyungnam for a while as well, which was concerning her. And then we see Hyungnam get Sona, got her bags and everything. We getting out of Dodge, okay? The things that surprised me, first of all, she didn't realize that her mother could drive. You can drive?
Right. Yeah.
Whose car is this?
Right. What is this? This is new to me. Okay.
Okay. Whose car is this? I didn't know you could drive. What's going on?
Since when did
She's
you become
like,
independent? Okay.
okay, what's going on here?
INDEPENDEDT. Do you know what that? Okay. Even though I hate that artist, but
Okay.
that's what she is. Independent.
Okay. Independent. And when they went through when they started driving, she was like, "Where are we going?" She's like, "I don't know. We just got to drive. I just got to get you out the way, And I think she mentioned something about people following her or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But she just got to make sure that they're in the clear before we stop driving, And it was beautiful how Sona took it. She's like, "Okay, we're on the run.
Let's do this,
Yay!"
mama.
She said, "I'm gonna turn on some music," and she started singing her K-pop.
She was excited. She loves her mommy. I love their relationship. It's so sweet and endearing, and the way that they ride for each other is the way that
and
a
they
mother
had
and
to
daughter should be.
and the father/husband created that in the
because they're all that they have. They are literally all that they have, at least at this moment.
Yeah. And what else? Hyungnam says, "Don't say anything. Don't ask me anything. Just do what I say." And then Sona, she was like, a little upset or sad. Oh, you know what? I'll get to that in a second. So Weirdo from the school that don't. I thank you for knowing exactly who I'm talking about. Haircut.
Who else would it be? Okay, coconut head. Okay. Okay, bowl cut. Okay, okay,
Weirdo.
pedophile. Okay,
Jonathan Hush, we ain't even
sorry,
got there yet.
sorry,
See,
sorry.
that's why I want you to watch it that fast, because now you know. Anywho, so Weirdo told Dungoon about the faculty having a meeting because they need to get ready for the school field trip or whatever. And in that meeting, they were talking about they need to get, files and information from the last few field trips just to be able to gauge what they're going to have to spend and what they need to do, what they need to have for the upcoming field trip. And Weirdo was like, well, we can't just do 1 year of information. We need to do 5 years. You can do that, right, Dungoon? Can't you?
Okay.
She said, I want to fight. Sure, I'll do it. And we move on. Jae-joon sets up a room in his house for his beautiful daughter. Yes, so okay. He got the most expensive stuff. He was really excited.
It's a beautiful
So
room. It really is. He got the best for his
very
girl.
beautiful.
And I love how he rides for his daughter. Like I love the
Though he
fact
ain't
that he's what were you gonna say?
though he ain't got her.
Though he ain't got her, yes. He's acting as if, you know, yeah, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I just love the fact that he's riding for her so hard. I really do. That's the only
Yeah.
redeeming quality that he has at this point.
Literally. Anyway, Donghoon's drunk ass mom. Can you say it for me? Did she be cussing?
Drunk ass mama. Okay.
Showed up to the school place, man.
Here we go.
Here we the F go. Okay. I was just like, and the way she was acting, Jonathan. Oh, so of course we see Dongle's mother at the place at the school causing a ruckus. She had to hear from one of her more quiet
She outside
male
in the parking lot, okay?
yeah, she had to hear from one of the quieter teachers, like, you might want to come out to the parking lot, like, right now. And she was being her loud drunk behind. And one thing I noticed that I didn't realize beforehand, of course, they do the flashback as to why she's even there in the first place, why
Mhm.
she's on assignment in the first place.
On
Yeonjin,
assignment.
Yeonjin met up with her just as her mother before met up with her. And she said, I'll pay this bag full of money to just get her fired or make her resign, one or the other. Just like last time. Remember how you did that? Yeah.
Remember how you signed? Okay, signed her away, okay?
So when she's out in that parking lot, she has her hair is dyed orange. I didn't realize that back in the beforehand, her hair was just regular salt and pepper, but she had
Right.
it dyed orange when she went over there. Like, so she got paid a
To
little bit of money, and now
but
I want to dye my hair orange. Like,
well,
what's this?
I really think she just wanted to crank up the crazy. Here's my thing, with Moon Dong
Mm.
Un's mother.
Mhm.
When you see her, she sticks out like the sorest thumb. You know when people in America kind of stick out, they sort of kind of stick out, but they stick out, just a little bit. But in
Yeah.
South Korea, is that where they are, South Korea?
Yeah.
In South Korea, someone like Moon Dong Un's mother sticks out like the sorest
Thor
thumb,
MF and thumb. You
the
got that right.
sorest thumb, because nobody else has a hair a different color other than black. Nobody, no,
Okay, I can't
literally.
say nobody.
mm,
I
Well,
can't say nobody because even with the K-pop stars, and as I get you into more K-dramas, you'll see that yes, everybody's hair is naturally black.
right.
Yes.
But in this show, we have not seen anyone else with any other color
I
other than
will
black.
give you that. Some people do lift their hair just a little bit, little hair
Right.
color lift, but as far as like a drastic color like orange, you're right about that.
I will say though, I do enjoy her fingernails. Her fingernails are the colors of the rainbow. I really do
They are on
like
point.
her fingernails are really cute. I have to admit that. Her
But
fingernails
that's it.
are really cute. But that's it. That's-
No more. Okay. Um And with me watching this for like a second, third, fifth time, I didn't realize that she did actually object to it at first, the mother. She was like, well,
Mm,
who are you? Why do you want me doing this? And of
Mhm.
course, it changed after she saw that money. Of course.
Right.
Basically being paid to ruin your daughter's life again.
And she don't mind.
Yeah. Um she certainly doesn't mind. And then also within that flashback, when she says, well, she's in Some Young, like, hold on. I went to her apartment and they said she didn't live there. When she was knocking at her daughter's door,
Was she knocking or was she bang bang
she
banging?
was banging and
Okay.
yelling. And I want to give God the glory for the manager, the owner of the building.
Thank the Lord.
Not only did she run her off, she beat her off with
Beat
that
her off with a broomstick,
with the
honey.
broomstick. And
Yes.
she said, "Get on out of here. She
Get
don't live here.
on.
She don't live here. Who's that?
Okay. For
Nobody lives in that apartment."
protecting our girl. I love that. I love
That's
that.
true love. See, sometimes y'all gotta learn from this thing here. Sometimes the people that are truly your family does not come from blood. The people that
Okay.
truly love you
Clearly.
came up with you and understand your plight, and it's down to ride with you.
Mhm.
Remember that. If you
Remember
learn
that.
anything from this thing, remember who your real family is. Anyway, so I wrote down, it's just like her mom just wants to ruin her life. She just don't care, and I guess I'll blame that on the addiction of alcohol. I guess, but anywho,
It's a factor. I will say
it
it's a
certainly is.
factor.
Okay.
I won't blame it all on the alcohol,
Oh, no.
but it is a factor. Yes.
Certainly. Hey Joan. She gets Yeonjin to the office. Wait, did I miss something? Mm, I think I missed something.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. I skipped a couple of pages.
Oh, Lord. Let's rewind.
Let's rewind real quick. What did I miss? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. The time. Friend. Yeah. Oh, I missed a scene. Did
Okay.
I? That's on the judge. This spot. Or no one. And then weirdo. Then done. Oh, I did skip something. Before the whole mama thing happened, that I had to say that. Dong-eun makes Hae Jong lure Yeonjin to Yeo Jong's practice. That office.
Yeah.
And when she was on the phone with Hae Jong, she's like, I don't know what do you want me to do? How do I do this? Like, what do you want to do? She said, you figure it out. And she said, do you need me to call your mama-in-law?
Okay.
She's like, okay.
Do you need me to call your husband's mama? Okay. Do you need me to put my foot on your neck again, girl?
Because you don't
Okay.
want.
Do you want to be begging for your life again,
Okay.
girl?
And she
Okay.
said, that's for you to figure out.
Okay.
And then got off the phone. Like, hey, John, she's a little bit too frazzled. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, just do what I said. Moving forward.
She is too frazzled for me. Like, girl, just do what you are told to do. You used to doing that, okay? You good at that.
You've been doing that literally all your life.
All your life. Don't act brand new, girl. You ain't
and
new
now
to this.
you want to act
this.
crazy because I got you. Oh, okay.
Okay. Because you ain't used to me telling you what you need to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to stand down and just make it happen.
Okay, get in line, heifer.
And what's crazy is like she feels the need to kind of like defy her, but she's scared of her at the same time.
Right. So
she's like, you're just Dong-eun, but you got all this on me, but so I can't do too much.
And I was just groveling on my knees 2 episodes ago for your mercy. Okay.
Oh. Anywho, it's like she got to keep herself in check when she on the phone with Dong-eun. Anyway, so Hae Jong does the job as she was told.
As you were. Okay. As you were. Okay. Come on, Sinead. As you were.
And Yeonjin, She makes it to the office. Oh yeah, Haejung got her to the office by offering some information about Donghoon. So basically,
Hmm.
like, hey, I know something about Donghoon, and of course, Yeonjin's going crazy about that good. So it's like, of course, she's gonna show up.
And aren't you happy that that Moon Dong Un understands how smart she is and that she can really figure it out like herself? Like
She ain't stupid. It's like,
she
figure
knows
it
she's not
out,
stupid.
and
She knows she
all you need is this pressure. Go
right.
ahead, just do what you gotta do.
All you need is a little pressure, just a little pressure.
You'll make it happen.
Right.
Um, so what she told her when she got into the appointment was about the Go playing. Do Young and Donghoon playing Go together all the time. And she says
Wasn't that some good tea though?
it
Wasn't
was
that
some
some
good tea.
good tea?
And I give this moment to Haejong because she
She
hasn't
did
had a
that.
moment to shine for a minute.
Right.
She hasn't had a
Right.
moment to stand over anybody like ever. They always end up laughing at her.
Hmm.
But it was in this moment she actually had the foot up and she didn't have Sarah over there checking her.
Because Sarah loved to check her.
Well, she
Okay.
loved to check her
Sarah always got a read ready.
for
Okay.
ready for Haejong,
Cocked
okay?
and loaded for that
Okay.
girl. Okay.
Okay. Locked and loaded for Haejong at all times.
At
But
all times.
Sarah
Okay.
was not there. Okay. So she had a free leeway to just dig in at Yeonjin. So Yeonjin accidentally knocked down Haejung's purse. And of course, Haejung goes crazy over her purses. Oh my gosh, well, you could have scratched it.
My Hermes purse. What you doing? Okay.
Her tiny Hermes.
Her little teeny tiny,
I think it's about this big. Okay.
okay. Seems like something Camp a drag queen would have. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
And she was like, you could have scratched it. And she was like, well, why? Then don't buy things that you can't afford to upkeep. And she's like, I ain't buy this.
Oh,
A
you want
rich
to know who
man
I
bought
got
it
it
for me.
from? Okay.
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 And she says, it was your husband.
Your
Your
husband.
husband.
Your husband. Do that finger again, Jennifer.
Your
Your
husband.
husband.
Your
Your
husband bought it for me.
husband. Okay. Yes.
It was your husband that bought it for me, okay? And I would have given him some, but I was on my period. You better be happy about that. And that's literally what she said.
Yes. Take your moment, girl, and run with it.
She
I love
certainly ran
that.
with it because we all know
Yes.
that he wasn't trying to get none of her hoo-ha, okay?
Okay, but
But
that
she
was just a
took the
little
moment and
dig, you
ran,
know what I'm
honey.
saying? Just to get her mind going a little bit,
Yes, she had a moment. Once again, we pointed out, said I was not there to get at her. So she was able to dig in the way that she wanted
taking
to.
full advantage, girl. I can't blame you, girl. I'm proud of you, girl. I'm proud of you, honey. I can give you your props
Ooh.
on that.
And then she was like, well, did you, meet up with him? Did you find him? I was like, no, he called me. He met up with me with a Hermes bag in tow for
In
me.
hand, okay?
Okay.
For me,
And
okay?
he's the one, and he told me that he's been playing Go with Donghoon.
Did he tell you that, girl? Did he tell you that?
Okay,
Did your husband tell you that, honey?
maybe you need to talk some more to your husband.
Okay, you need to come have a conversation with your husband.
And maybe he can stop calling me.
Maybe he can stop calling me. Okay, maybe your husband can stop calling me.
Oh
Okay.
gosh.
Were you surprised? Leading up to this point, were you surprised that none of the other girls slept with him?
No, because they're too
Because he
scared.
wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have done
Well, first of all, he wouldn't have done it. Yes, that's
it.
true.
Right, exactly.
But I don't believe we saw him get tried because they're scared of her. They know better.
Agreed.
They absolutely know better.
Agreed.
But yeah, I think those are all the notes for that moment. That was an amazing moment.
Wasn't it?
I was
And
so happy
who
for
was sitting
Haejong.
who was sitting in the space while it was all going down?
Let me
Who
tell you
was sitting
something.
had a front row seat to all?
Let
the
me tell you
tea?
something. I personally feel like, what is his name? Young June? What? You know his name.
I don't.
It's like I be knowing their names when I see it.
Right.
Young Joe.
That ain't it either.
Yo Joe. Man. Anywho,
Moon Dong Ung's man, okay?
okay, he was over there. It looked like, first of all, he was giving Youngjin daggers. This is the first time he actually met Youngjin. He looked like he wanted to pick up the scalpel, pick
Didn't he
up.
have his mask on too, so you only saw his
You
eye?
can see his
Oh,
whole face.
okay,
You
okay.
can see his whole face today. Well, when I saw it today. Um, Yo Jung, that's the name. Yo Jung. You could see, first of all, the acting on this is A1 because he didn't have to try to emote
Super,
anything. But it's like
super.
he said nothing in that space, but you can see it's like, so this is her.
This is that.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Mm.
And he would have to correct his face every once in a while when he talks like, okay, well, would you like for to take the room or anything? You know, he's like, no, this won't be long. So yeah, he was there for all of that and had to be his super sweet self. He had to turn it on. So it was like, you can come on by, when it's raining, just so you can, come get a little filler, little pump me up, little
Okay, little
okay,
something, something,
little something, little
a little
inject Jackson.
judge.
Okay, little,
Okay,
you know,
a little judge here and there. You know what I'm saying?
man. So yeah, so we also see Donggon, let's see, try to get into her Sumyo apartment. The owner protected her. I already read that. Cool. Wait, I went too far back. Anywho, but Haejong was leaving Yeonjin at that office, and one of the last things she says, maybe you should book an appointment so your man don't have to call me. And it's not your man. She says, because
Okay,
your husband does not have to
husband.
call me.
Okay, so maybe you need to, get a little lift somewhere, get something done, honey. Okay, because this face is pulled and looking and sitting.
What?
Yes, yes,
All of this carrying
yes.
on.
All of this.
So I'll have to say this will be the last time I say this, but Haejong needed this moment.
She did.
And I'm so happy that she had it. She
Right.
was able to gather somebody without Sarah
And she gathered her.
getting
She
her.
gathered the big boss.
She got her.
Okay, and that's why
She got her
that's
good.
why it meant so much, and that's why it was so monumental because I don't think she's ever
Whew.
done that to her before.
In this
And
whole
and
series period,
and
she has
who
not.
does she have to thank for this?
Thanks, Duncan. she gave her the time, and then it's not like Duncan told Do Young to meet up with Haejong to get some information.
No,
So it happened, and she was able to use the moment. And it's like he bought her a
girl,
Hermes
did she
bag.
milk that thing or what? She milked it for
She for
all
all
it
this
was
work, she
worth.
made it seem
Oh,
like he came to just get some because all they would see her as is a get around girl, but she never thought that her husband would get around with her.
okay,
Ciao. Good times. Anyway,
okay,
Hyungnam, she finally hits back Donggun. Thank you, Jesus. She
okay.
finally called her. We're all calm. Thank you, Jesus. Everybody's good. Sona's alive. Hyungnam's alive. We good. And they met up together. And she's on the phone. She's like, "You were right. Yeonjin found me." Then we have a flashback to what Jonathan already told y'all. That they knew what was up. They knew there was a cause for concern. And as soon as and it happened that night though. Did you
Mhm.
realize that?
It happened that night. Yes, I
That
did.
night,
Like
no,
literally right before, oh, young Jen knocked on her window. Right before.
she got off the phone with Dungun saying, "Yeah, this is about to happen. Keep your eyes open. It's about to pop off." And they had that flashback of the warning. So yes, Kyungnam, she wasn't aware of what exactly was about to happen,
But
but
she
she
knew
was
someone was
ready
brewing.
for her.
Yes.
So that happened, and she also explained that about the picture in that
But you
call
know
too.
what? I have a feeling, even if she did not know it was coming, I have faith in our girl that she would have been able to conduct
Yeah,
herself the way that she needed to in order to get ahead. I think that
exactly.
she would not
Be-
have panicked. She's good under pressure. Okay, she would have been able to do what she needed to do regardless. I
And I
feel.
think what helps is that Donggun clearly gave the what we're trying to do here. She
Right.
gave the focus. She gave what we need to be doing, and we're going to get this done.
Right.
And so she was on board, and she's still on board. So what Hyung Nam did, she cut off her phone, and of course we already talked about. She went driving with Sona. She just drove and drove and drove, and she wanted to make sure that Donggun doesn't misunderstand. She was concerned that Donggun was going to misunderstand again. That I'm not trying to work with Yeonjin. That's not why I cut off anything. I just wanted to make sure that I lost her for a little bit so I can get myself together and my daughter out of there.
Right.
Because I don't care what she do to my husband, but let me get my baby girl.
Right.
Okay.
My baby girl.
So when she told Donggun that, Donggun said, I already made that mistake before. And I about cried. Yes, we know that Hyungnam is not going to do you wrong, Donggun. How do
Yeah.
you feel about that?
It's the trust. It's the trust that they have together. Dong Un should know that she can trust him now. She shouldn't
Yeah.
she shouldn't doubt her at all. But and I understand why she might, you know what I'm saying? Because she and in a way she is still new to this, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you gotta trust your right hand that they're gonna be
And
right there when you need them.
And I think after the first time she thought that, she was floating to the other side, that was less than enough for her. She said, you ain't gonna
Right.
get me again. And she
Hmm.
says, I've already made that mistake before. And that's not a mistake she's making again. So she basically, Hyungnam told Donggun, hey, take care of my baby girl. Take care of my Sona. Donggun made sure to say, don't you worry from this moment on. Okay. Don't you worry. I got her. We'll take care of her.
Yes.
And I think this is another favorite part outside of Hyungnam having her moment. Not Hyungnam. Haejung having her moment. Hyungnam says over to Donggun, from this moment on, Park Young-jin is my boss, Miss Moon Donggun.
Yes. And they
And there's a
laugh.
pause with straight faces, and they laugh. And I mean, they laughed good.
A good hearty laugh,
A
honey. A
good
good hearty
hearty
laugh.
laugh. Donggun let go enough to just laugh in that space because this is kind of a difficult moment. Like they've been found out, but they're still together, working together, and they had that moment. That moment melted my heart
You
as
know,
well.
it's a little bit of a detour in their plans, you know what I'm saying? But they're not
Yeah,
gonna let this get them off track. And I love that they didn't let this shake them. They did not
yeah,
let because they could have panicked
they
when they
could have.
found out that young Jin was onto them. But they was like, we're gonna handle this. We're gonna handle this the right way.
But it's like they've already prepared for this moment, and they
Exactly.
had the people in place.
Hmm.
One of the people in place is the nurse. The nurse, she's not only working at um what is it, Young Jones office
Yes.
practice, but now she's going to be taking care of Sona to keep her out of the way. Nobody knows about the nurse. Nobody's digging into the nurse, so Sona will be safe there.
Yes.
And she's going to be finishing high school in America. Hyung Nam's going to take her out, get her out of school,
Hmm.
move forward from there. You can see that Sona at the nurse's house when she's basically being passed over to the nurse. She was like, well, what about my mother? Because Dad said he would kill not only my mother, but he would kill my aunts and all these other people in the family if I ran away. And Donggun was like, look, don't you worry about that. Worry about your studies,
Right.
okay? Go ahead and watch some American TV to get up on your English, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead and stay in them books. Sometimes go take a trip to a museum, go see a movie, and eat some dinner and eat it
Okay.
slow.
Get cultured, honey. Get cultured, honey. Okay.
She said, eat some dinner, eat it slowly, okay?
Like your
Be safe.
mama.
Like your mama would.
Like your mama would.
Oh, precious moments. Okay, yeah. That was. I'm just so happy that they had the fail safes in place to make sure not only they were safe but Sona, because we know the kind of hellish, horrible woman Young Jin is. We
Hmm.
ain't got no time for what she got. So We're keeping her safe. So Young Jin grills Do Young when she gets home that night. So what did Hae Jung say? You always want to know what somebody say. You can't come with the truth.
Right.
You can't reveal your truth to the man that's just trying to figure it out. And let me tell you something. I believe this whole thing would have gone differently for them two if she would have just been upfront from point A. This is what happened. Yes, it's horrible. This is the evidence that may be out there, but that's what's going on. And I think he would have been able to navigate it a whole lot better. Shoot,
And I
even
think it shows that she doesn't trust her husband 100%.
nope. Which is why she kept on saying, "Don't open this box. It's not a box that needs to be open. Stay away from it." Anywho, and he basically mentioned how I couldn't speak with Myungo. He's gone. We don't know where he is. I couldn't speak with Jae-joon for some reason, or when I spoke with him, he never told me anything. He didn't have nothing.
Right.
And
Your man.
okay, she's hopped up on drugs. I can't talk to her. So Hae Jung, that's all I had.
Okay.
Okay, and Yeonjin was like, "You really going to take their side?" And he's like, "If I am taking the sides, it will be your souls."
Okay. That's whose side I'm on, honey. Okay. Whose side are you on, girl?
I know
Because
it,
it don't seem to be mine. Okay.
and it ain't the Lord's. That's not where she stands.
Okay.
And he also said, if you felt any guilt, you should have waited. And apparently, you have no guilt. And he kind of left on that note. Like, you're not even guilty about what you did. Things are getting worse for them, too. I'm sure they haven't had no relations in a minute.
No, not at all.
As I'm over here trying to figure out whether or not she killed somebody and why am I getting all these packages. Anywho, so let's see what happened.
Have we even seen them kiss each other in this series?
When they got married. Yeah.
And she was a little bit up on him when he got her those green shoes too. She was a little
yeah,
up on
she
him
was
right
all,
then,
they
too.
had a little, kissy. That's before he knew.
Right.
That's before suspicion arose.
Arose, yes.
Okay, so Jae-joon was told about Do Young's coming into the siesta by his attendant that works there. She also told him that Young Jin wanted her to reformat the security records
Okay.
to everything before the night, the 20th of October. Now, in the investigation, as we hear from these detectives, the 19th was the last day that anybody ever heard anything from anybody.
Okay.
Youngo. And also, the detective did talk to, I thought that was kind of not weird, but Yo Jong, the doctor, the detectives talked to him. And he's like, well, is it bad? Like, why are we talking? And it's because he was the last person that actually talked to Myungo.
Mm-hmm.
But it had nothing to do with nothing. I didn't even write that down.
Nothing
but
to
anywho,
do with nothing.
So, let's see.
And they are literally, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan, for holding your mule. All right. Yeonjin attended her appointment with Mr. Yojong. Okay. she actually came, surprisingly so. And he said he mentioned, okay. Yeonjin was like, "Do you have a girlfriend? I'm sure you have, girls knocking down your door, whatever."
Okay, because you look good, my
you
brother.
Look good.
Okay.
You look very nice. I'm sure you have plenty of girls. And he was like, "Well, my girl, she is clever and pretty. And she also acts cold sometimes." And she was, and then Yeonjin was trying to get some manly advice from somebody outside of the situation. And she asked, how much can a man forgive? And Yo Jong, he answers without answering by saying, "Play dumb until he knows the truth." That's what he said.
And that's literally what she's been doing up until now. That's literally what she's been doing. Okay.
Ciao. Okay.
And I think that's why he answered it that way, because he knows how she how she
has been
conducts
moving.
herself. He
Exactly.
knows how she moves exactly.
So now these next two scenes, they went back and forth because all of this stuff was happening at the same time. So I started as I was writing this, I started calling Do Young Detective Do Young because of course that's literally what he's doing at this point.
Right.
So he meets with Donggun in Seoul, not Samyong, which is where they all live. They met in Seoul. So let's say Colombia is Seoul, Korea, and Charlotte is Samyong,
Mm-hmm.
like that. Okay, so they went out to Seoul to have dinner, I reckon, and um, what is it? I heard about the two of you, then probably wouldn't have. What? See, now I'm over here trying to. What did I write?
Trying to decode your notes.
Yeah, he meets with her. Oh, while they were in the elevator, Do Young told Donggun, "I heard about the two of you," and then and then Do Young's and then Donggun says, "Then you probably haven't heard everything."
Okay. Okay,
I
you
was
probably don't
like,
know all the tea, honey. All
she
the tea
she
has yet to be
always has
spilled.
something to say. She always does it.
She's so quick on her feet. It's amazing.
Child, and the school nurse gives Jin the propofol. I remember that's what killed Michael Jackson. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
To Jin so that she can sleep during her fillers that she's gonna get because she don't like the feeling the filler going in. So she said, "Put me to sleep, please." Okay, you ain't got no problem with that.
Okay, say less.
Okay.
Uh,
Then we go back to the situation with Do Young and Donggun. Donggun, they are at the spot or whatever, and this in this fancy place, they take your coat for you. Okay.
yes, they do.
So they went to the lady. May I please have your coat? And she's like, okay.
Sure. Why not? Okay,
And
gladly.
no problem. And of course, she was sleeveless. And I'm starting to think that she always goes sleeveless because she always covers her arms. So just to not be so hot all the time.
Right, exactly.
But there's a possibility that she might have been sleeveless on purpose for this time.
Of course she was. You know she
Yeah.
was.
And
Nothing in this show is a coincidence.
of
Period.
course. Of course.
Period.
But yeah, she was sleeveless. And Jonathan described the eyes that ensued when her coat went off.
The shock in his face was obviously evident. And it's not as if he had no idea, but it was the confirmation in his eyes of, oh, so this is what happened for real,
I'll
because
tell
he didn't
you.
hear about burning. He didn't hear about torture. All he heard
Yeah, he
was
didn't know about the burning by then. You're right.
all he heard was bullying, and all he
Horrible
heard
bullying.
was attacks or whatever, but he did not know any specifics up to this point. So this is now also this is
His
what they
eyes
did to
were
you.
wide. The dude that took her coat, and then two more people that was behind him walking into the same place. Child, it's jarring, and
It is very much so.
it really puts into perspective the degree of how much trauma she has endured. She
And
actually
that's not
has the
even half
scars.
of it. That's not even half of it.
Child.
And she didn't even have to show him the rest of her body. She didn't even have to. She really didn't.
Yeah. Yep. So after we get to the surprise of all the scars on her body, we went back to the procedure that's being done on Yeonjin, and they told her to start counting backwards from, like a 10 to 1 or whatever. As she goes out, the Dr.
At
Yo
about 4
Jung,
or 3, and like right before she closed her eyes, at about
he
4 or
said,
3.
"Did you know that if I have just one little bit of air, when I put this into you, you could die?" And she was like, "What?" She was like, "Huh? What'd you say?" And
Wait, what?
then what? And then and then right afterwards, so Myung-go, what did you do to him?
What did you do to Myung Oh? What did
And
you do
and
to my
then
man, girl? What you do to my man?
and
Okay.
this, like, if you're, through watching this, you would have thought that he would have asked about Sohee, the girl that died. But
Right.
no, they have inklings that there's something going on with Myung-go. So he asked the right person. And right as she was in the process of closing her eyes or succumbing to the drugs,
Anesthetics. Yes.
yeah, she was like, and automatically into a flashback into her meeting with Myung-go. I took notes. Let me
Hmm.
tell you what happened. All right. So in that flashback, of course, Myung-go in his mouth. I personally feel like he pushed that thing a little bit too far for my taste.
He always does.
He
He,
pushed it
I've come
because
to expect this from my man, girl. Like,
if
it
he
is
would
what it
have
is.
just let up just a little bit, I kind of think he would have been alive.
I
Anywho,
agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. He was asking for it. For real, for real.
he really was. So he met with her or whatever. She said, "You only got 1 minute," and we could
1
see
minute.
that he was recording on his phone or whatever.
Put it face down on the table,
Put it
but
face
still
down on the
recording.
glass table, and we were able to see. Oh yes, he's recording.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got a call. He's like, "Hey, don't call me." And she was like, "Oh, you record me, ain't you?"
Right.
And like, and then she took the liquor, poured it over his phone.
Yes. I'll buy
Uh,
you a new one, nigga.
And
Okay.
that's literally what she said. Let me take a little beverage. Hold on. But what you think about that moment?
I felt like, Mung O's lack of intelligence was showing in this moment. Um,
Child.
I wish he was smarter. And again, that's why I wish he played Jae-Joon's part so I could ride for him a little bit more because his character is disappointing me at every single turn. And like I'm upset with that. I can't come to terms with how smart he's
Child.
not.
Yeah. Literally right
It's
after
disappointing. It's disappointing me. It is.
after she poured the liquor or whatever, right? He starts talking about he starts threatening her, saying, about she she brushes that off. She does kind of like her, but she brushes it off. He made it seem like he had evidence. He says, "Well, I got the evidence in my pocket. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
That'll get you." Okay? And of course, we're
Okay.
all automatically thinking it's that name tag. He's got that name tag right there. She's yelling. She's upset as per usual. She goes into his pockets and pulled out a condom. That was a bluff, basically, to say, "Oh, so you were there."
Okay. Trying to get her reaction. Okay. That
And
was that was a smart thing to do.
it was a smart thing to do, but it just pushed her over the edge. Um, and then he said, "I want talk about 1 billion won. He want money on top of money." And he says, "I think I'll take off 15 million won if we use this condom right here."
He just wants to get over on Jae-Joon. That's all he wants to do. He wants to get Jae-Joon's girl and wants to say, "I got your girl." Okay.
Child. And I said after she realized what's going on, and she doesn't have the name, he doesn't have the name tag or anything. Death ensues, and that's it. And right after that, Jin wakes up, and Yeo Jong was sitting beside her with the hugest smile on his face.
Yes.
"How'd you sleep, Miss Park?" Just like I was like, this man is crazy.
In the best way possible.
Crazy
In
for
the
love.
most amazing way possible. In the sweetest way possible. He's working for his woman, honey. He's
He's the
he's doing the
executioner.
thing for her. Okay.
Yes, and doing a very good job. Y'all, this is the conclusion of episode 10. I hope you guys enjoyed it as we enjoyed it. Yet again, kudos to Hey Joan. She finally got her read in. It was valid. She
Yes.
even and she boosted the story just a little bit to let it hit
Okay.
even harder. I'll give her that. She
Because she
did that
knew what would affect young Jen. She knew how that it would affect her
because they
and
all
what it
think you
would
a
do to
hoe.
her.
So let's say the whole
Who else would do
let's
it?
say your husband trying to get with this hoe.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, child, this was good. All right, Jonathan, what do we follow you bad?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. I do have my own YouTube channel. It is JoJo Speaks. We
Really?
post videos every, huh?
Really?
Yes, we post videos every Thursday night at 9:30 with hot topics and social commentary with my co-host Genesita, who's here tonight, as well as my brother-in-law Tyrone and our good friend Mike. So join us as we discuss the hottest topics and social commentary of the week on Thursday nights at 9:30. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. JoJo Speaks on YouTube. Join us, y'all.
Absolutely. We always have such good fun. And also come
Don't
and
we?
join me. Yes, we do. Also, come and join me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I am at the Light of the Leo, and especially with YouTube, just type in at the Light of the Leo with no spaces. You'll be able to find me quickly. Go ahead and subscribe. Yeah, do that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for enjoying this moment with us. We've really been enjoying the glory together, and I hope you've been liking it. Go ahead and comment and let us know what you're thinking on this particular episode, and let us know if Hey Jung took advantage of the moment like we think she did. I
Okay,
love you
were you
guys.
living, honey? Were
Oh,
you
I live.
living?
No, and this is what's even crazier. I didn't even remember her saying all this. I've watched it more than once, but that moment I was able to gloss over for some
I
reason.
didn't remember it until you said it myself, girl. So you ain't the only one.
Child, she said, "Yo," when she said I was on my period, so I didn't sleep with him. You're welcome.
That's something a black girl would say to a girl that she don't like.
Okay,
Okay, that is a read, honey. That is a read, girl.
READ,
Okay.
honey. But anywho, it's been lovely chilling out with y'all. Y'all come join us for next week.